Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and apologies for the technical difficulties, but this is the Culture Designs Truck Series finale here, and we're here for the Irish Hills of Michigan. Some OBS technical difficulties halted and delayed the broadcast. Apologies on that, but we will be covering out here smoothly from the rest of this stream onward. Dylan Poteet, your leader, over Dylan Wedgwood and Terry Brooks. Now, championship night, things are going to be down to the wire, and things have been heated in the Truck Series all season long. This points battle that has been going on through these top five has been absolutely one to watch, and one you'll be seeing including with Thursday's championship going down to the wire as well. And my pick, once again, Chad Winstead, he's in the mix as for that as well. Point standings are going up, and going to give you an update on the point standings right now for the Truck Series. It's Dylan Poteet who leads the points with Austin Bloom just behind. Then it's Tyler J. Snyder and Dylan Wedgwood. With all this being accounted for right now, it's going to be a heated battle with just 4 points separating the difference between Poteet and Bloom. They are going to be the ones fighting it out for the championship, but Tyler J. Snyder being in the mix as well. He's more of a long shot, just 14 points behind. But it will be close between these two. I think actually the deficit for Snyder is 12 points, so sorry about that. It's a three-way battle for the championship between Dylan Poteet, Austin Bloom, and Tyler J. Snyder. If Poteet wins, he outright wins the championship. If Bloom gets ahead of him, he needs Poteet to finish one spot worse, and then I believe Bloom will be the champion. Tyler J. Snyder is going to have Poteet and Bloom finish bad and him win in order for him to have a sure shot at the chip. But right now, things are steady out, not 9 out of 70, and it's going to be Dylan Poteet out in front. The number 31 machine, he leads the field here in the Irish Hills of Michigan International Speedway, with Tyler J. Snyder and Austin Bloom, his championship competitors, just one spot behind them both. And that's going to be Dylan Wedgwood ahead. He's actually fourth in points. Dylan Wedgwood with 12 starts. He's on 395 points. So he is not in mathematical shape for the championship. Over 50 points behind. He will not be in contention here tonight. But the two on the inside will. It's Austin Bloom and Tyler J. Snyder. With Ryan Hines with 2 wins on the season, he's looking for a third and hopefully play a championship spoiler here throughout the field. Well, things early on here at Michigan, things are going to be interesting. Michigan being a 2-mile track, not close enough to a super speedway, but the draft is going to be more important here than ever. People are going to be bump drafting, and that right front tire is going to be key to saving. Carrying the speed through the corner is going to be the most crucial thing here from the Irish Hills, and that's one thing that Poteet's going to have to worry about, is being fast in the front while leading, but also saving that right front. Everyone behind him especially going to have to do that times 2, because not only are they sitting in his draft in his wake, they're also sitting in that dirty air, which means you're going to be on the throttle more. You're going to have to turn the wheel a bit more, which is then going to shave off more on the right front of the right sides in general. So if you're not first and in that clean air, that's going to be a really big thing to worry about, is tire wear. With a high-speed track like this, that's going to be important. Tyler J. Snyder moves up to second, blocks his championship competitor there in Austin Bloom. They're up to the top 3. It's 1, 2, 3 for the championship as it lie, minus a spot swap between the 87 and the 3. And here comes Snyder fighting for the lead with Poteet. He's going to go to the inside lane, and he's not going to be clear just yet. Bloom going to go up with Poteet there to the top side lane, and these two are going to battle it out hard. The 87 of Snyder now slides down to the bottom. We've been seeing him use that bottom lane so far this race, and it really has started to come into effect now. Poteet had Wedgwood behind him, but they shook him off him, and now he hasn't got a teammate behind him. Bloom pushing the 87 as he knows that he has to pass Poteet if he wants to win the championship. He has to finish a spot better than him, and win would be the cherry on top to what has been a phenomenal season for the 3. Snyder going to lead over both of them. This is what he wants, and he has to help, and he has to hope that the two behind him crash or finish worse than, I believe, 6th place. If Snyder wants to win the championship in lead now, the best position, but here comes Poteet back, going for the lead. They're going to door bang. Championship rivals. They're going to hit each other, and they're going to go and wreck. Nearly.
I was just taking the run.
And they are going to hit each other, and not kind words being said, and they are angry with each other. Snyder, not what he wanted at all. He is going to slide back to 8th. And one thing different about this race, you won't see some familiar names because they've had a rule on championship nights. No cherry pick drivers are allowed to be in the field. It is only full-time and part-time drivers. So no Ramirez in the field tonight. Rodriguez is in the field. He's in the lead right now. But we're missing a few familiar faces and familiar names here, as they have not allowed the cherry pickers going between both series to show up here in the championship. And it's the same way for Premier later this week. Well, Ramirez out to a 0.3 of a second lead over the pack. They're all going to side draft and hurt each other. And Bloom is going to be fighting with Brooks. And Brooks is going to be on the inside, and he's going to nearly clear Poteet, which, yes, he does. Brooks will clear Poteet, and now will clear for the race lead. They are 3 wide for second. Bloom now just behind championship rival Dylan Poteet, with Brooks leading the field. Gets loose, will drop down a lane. Here comes Poteet to the inside on Brooks. Brooks will lead that time by. Now switches to the outside with help from Bloom. As the field comes back, here comes Poteet on the outside. Looks, he wiggles, he's starting to get loose. It's been a mix of emotions for the 31. Been oh so close to a couple of wins that would lock up his championship easier this week. Gives a bit of an advantage now to the man who's on his inside, Austin Bloom, for a championship season. It has been phenomenal for the 3. A resurgence there from about the middle half of the field, or a middle half of the season onward. It's been a good showing from the number 3 truck. Across the stripe, it is 17 out of 70, and these guys are still battling hard for the lead. It's 3 wide for the race lead. Poteet on the outside, Brooks in the middle. These 3 are going to be battling all the way down the back, straight away riding on board with Dylan Poteet, the leader in the championship. Now he's going to be 2 wide as Bloom slots in right behind the 31. They're all battling out for the lead as this pack has started to separate. And for Tyler J. Snyder, things aren't going the way to plan, to say the least. He is all the way back in about 8th. Hasn't moved positions from when he was vying and fighting for the lead. And that won't be so good. So these 3 up here at the front half of the field, they're all going to be battling it out. And it's Poteet with the advantage now, or had, going into the corner. And now Bloom has that advantage. They are side by side. Brooks done a fantastic job to control the lane so far. Let Poteet slip by on the outside, but he's going to use that bottom lane this time by. And that will be to Brooks' advantage now. He will slide up the track and block the 31. And now, Bloom has no help on the bottom. The Poteet going to do everything he can to stay up in front here in these top 2 positions, as that's going to be what he needs to be able to win the championship over Bloom. He has to finish ahead of him by a spot or 2 at least, to for sure seal the championship. Brooks now still leading over Poteet, and it's Hines fighting with Bloom. Hines going to have that edge and going to have that advantage. Now 1 spot behind Poteet is Bloom, and that's not going to help his championship charge at all. Right now, leading in the points off of position is Poteet. Now Poteet goes to the inside with help from Ryan Hines. Hines now goes to the inside. Poteet loose, going to slide up the track in front of Brooks. Does he block? Yes, he does. Does Brooks take it? He's going to have to, and he'll push the 31 to the lead. Poteet is going to lead that lap that time by. Brooks now on that inside lane, back up to the lead, controlling both lanes. Hines going to be on the inside. Here comes Poteet. Can he do the move again? No, he switches back up to the top lane with help from Bloom. And Austin Bloom right behind him is going to be his championship adversary, but he is going to get that help because they both know if they want the best chance at winning the championship, they have to be in the lead, and right now, neither of them is in a position to lead. They have to work together to get past Brooks, who's been leading over this past about 10 laps or so. He's been doing a good job staying up front after our championship contenders had that squabble with Snyder. But here comes Snyder right behind Ryan Hines, and he's now back in the mix as well. Tyler J. Snyder is up to 5th as we're seeing a pass for the lead. Dylan Brooks down to the inside, or Dylan Poteet down to the inside of Terry Brooks, and they're going to be side by side. Poteet down the front stretch with some help with Hines behind. They have a gap. Does Snyder push the 25 past the 31? Looking, pushing. This top 5 has broken away from the rest of the field. Scraping the wall on the outside. Brooks now goes to the inside. He peeks. Looks to the inside of Poteet. Does he have the momentum to try and clear the 31? Can he make the move? Not a lot of help from Hines behind. Here comes Bloom on that outside lane with Poteet. And he will push him. Peeks to the outside. Gets some temperature. But he'll push his championship adversary clear of Brooks. And will Bloom be clear of Brooks? No, he won't. And he'll be stuck up top. Gets loose right in front of Snyder. And he's going to slide and get shuffled out of line. So Bloom gets shuffled out of line. He'll drop to 5th. But here comes Brooks up the inside again. And he will look to get back right to the race lead where he has been for a majority of this race. And he will slide back to the inside. Here's from the inside, 3 wide for the race lead. Snyder is going to use that bottom side lane. And he will not have enough momentum. He'll slide right back in line behind Brooks. Poteet leading that outside lane. Now, he's been on that outside most of this race. And he's had help from a mix of different people. Now has help from Hines. But now to the inside goes Terry Brooks. And this is going to be the change of things. He will go back to the lead. He'll get loose. Will he get split 3 wide? Yes, he will. Brooks is going to be 3 wide for second with Hines and Snyder. They're all going to be 3 wide fighting for the lead. That 87 going to be trapped there in the middle. Now, I'm surprised seeing a lot of guys running the top at Michigan in the trucks. That is something that is absolutely catching me off guard more than I would have seen. Really, I wouldn't have expected these guys to be running up there against the wall in the trucks. That's just not how I imagine the trucks would have been here at such a big plate track like Michigan. Oh, and there, up wiggles the 31. Poteet going to slide and wiggle. Here comes up the middle, goes Bloom, and Brooks is going to fall back. Snyder to the lead. He's going to have an impressive battle on his hands. Bloom peeks to the inside, but he'll know that if he wants any chance of passing Poteet, he'll have to do some teamwork with one of his championship adversaries. But things getting tougher and tougher for these championship contenders. They are 1 through 3. First through third, they've wrapped up the podium. But right now, Poteet still wins the championship over Bloom. And if Snyder wants to win the championship, he'll have to have Poteet and Bloom finish a few spots behind him. And for the ideal points, Snyder will have to win. And for the ideal point scenario for the three of Austin Bloom, he'll have to win and at least beat Dylan Poteet. Or if not, Poteet will have to finish third or worse to lock up the championship for Bloom. Almost 3 wide there with Bloom. Poteet's going to wiggle. That's the wiggle, and that's the battle for second. Bloom is going to be right behind the 31, and he's going to give him a push. These championship top 3 have been up here this whole race, and they have been battling it out tooth and nail. The top 3 in the championship are in the top 3 of this race, but it's out of order with Snyder being in the top 3. He sits third in the points. But out for Snyder, it's points accurate as here comes Poteet with the battle, the lunge, and the slide job down to the bottom. He will cross him up, and to the bottom goes Snyder. Will he have the momentum after the cross? He'll be neck and neck, side by side. Who will lead it at the line? Snyder at the line, but Poteet is going to have that momentum on the outside again. Will Snyder have enough of that momentum to go for a move off of turn 2? Not enough momentum. He'll be side by side with the 31. And so I'm surprised the top 3 have been fighting up here in the top 3 for the championship this whole time. You know, people have been vying for the race lead, but none other harder than these 3. And riding on board there with Tyler J. Snyder, he was just about to pass Poteet, and he might do it again. Down to the inside of the 31 machine goes Snyder, and now he absolutely needs this race lead, and he really wants this race win. That will give him the best opportunity to fight for the championship, but it's going to be tough. He'll need a lot of factors to try and win this championship, and that's the thing that's going to be the hardest for Snyder. He has to have not only his competition not finish well, but he has to finish well and beat most of his competition. He has to come home in victory lane and have his competition, I believe, finish 5th or worse, the both of them. So these 3 going to be battling it out and controlling all 3 lanes. Now all 3 of these guys are going to battle hard. You can see their Poteet leading essentially what is the faux middle lane, and the 87 and the 3 blocking both the high side and low side. Hines going to slide as well. And we've seen with these sunny conditions, people are going to start sliding around and getting loose. And so that is the one thing that has been really affecting these guys lately is that tire sliding. All these guys in front right now. Poteet has done an absolutely perfect job for setting up his race to win the championship. He's been out front right now for a majority of this one besides Brooks. He split that leadership with, and he's going to have to do some considerable work to try and win this race. He's going to have to continue doing what he's been doing, but here comes Bloom right onto the inside. He's going to try and pass the 31. He has room. He has that momentum. Does Snyder close the gap and try and help the 3 past the 31? They're going to be neck and side by side down the back straightaway. But here comes Rodriguez down to the inside, trying to make a move on Snyder. And he's going to be unable to do so, as he will end up in that second, now third position. Well, it might be second now, and yes, it will. Poteet going to have to slide right in behind, and Bloom to the lead. So this is exactly what This is exactly what Bloom wants to see. He wants to see him in the lead, Tyler J. Snyder in second, and Poteet in third. That's the optimal positions for him to come away with the championship no matter what, as all three of these guys have pulled away almost about a second. They're all fighting for the championship, and all three of these guys have pulled up their own championship bubble. It's incredible to see what these guys do. Poteet and Bloom are pitting. They're coming down pit road. The top two in the championship are coming down pit road. And that's an interesting call because Snyder, Hines, Brooks, Fowler are all staying out. And Poteet's going to lead the charge down pit road with Bloom, Wedgwood, and Rodriguez is going to be the ones to lead him. But Snyder is still back out on the racetrack. Poteet, he's down pit road with adversary Austin Bloom. And Bloom going to get out of his box before, but the winner off pit road is Poteet. Here comes the rest of the field, and the rest of the field down pit road as well. Derek Fowler going to lead them in from behind. It's going to be Tyler J. Snyder to lead him down pit road, and I wonder what that extra lap is going to mean for this 87 truck. He has to have so much go right and go his way. Terry Brooks is going to slide through his pit stall. And it's a slow entry for Derek Fowler. But it's a good stop for the 87. Let's see where Bloom and Poteet are. Poteet rounding out the front stretch. Austin Bloom gonna come down pit road again. This man fighting for the championship, who's in second, has to come down pit road for a second time. What happened? What happened? Austin Bloom has to come. He has to serve a pass through. He sped. He sped in pit road. And that is going to change everything. Austin Bloom has to serve a penalty for speeding in pit road. And now he has no one besides Dylan J. Body. And he's back into the main pack. Matthew Rodriguez is still our leader all alone out front. And there is Ryan Potter and Dylan Poteet. Tyler J. Snyder will fall back quite a margin. And he'll have to have help from Ryan Hines to push him back up to the lead. But I can't believe it. Bloom is going to be... He's going to be last. He's essentially last. So serving that penalty, it's going to end him up. I am so surprised and so shocked. That changes the complete landscape of this race. Ryan Potter with Dylan Poteet in the 31. They're going to be in the mix at the front of the field. Matthew Rodriguez has not come down pit road yet. And so that is going to shake up a lot of things at the front, as he still doesn't come down pit road. Well, things for the championship have completely swung. It was a battle between Poteet, Snyder, and Bloom, but for the looks of it right now, count Bloom out. He is 12th after serving a pit road speeding violation, and he will end up at the back of the field, and Dylan Poteet is 3rd. Tyler J. Snyder is up to 4th, and now right behind his championship competitor. He's using Ryan Hines to get him up all the way back up to the 31. And so this fighting going to be tooth and nail and trying to get down to the end of things here in Michigan. It has been so impressive to see these guys battling it out here strong. And right now, it looks like in the clutches of Tyler J. Snyder is now Ryan Potter. He was working with the 31 of Poteet, and now he'll have to play blocker as he has a little bit of damage. So Poteet had lost the 99 as help, and right now Poteet looks to be sort of a sitting duck, as we've got a 3-car train that consists of the 87, the 14, the 25, and the 99. All of this led by championship rival Tyler J. Snyder. And this is going to be the crucial part. Can Snyder get back up to Poteet? This battle for the championship has swung right to Poteet's way, but this battle is not yet over. We still have a number of laps left here to run in Michigan, and right now, Tyler J. Snyder, who is also in contention for the championship, is only a spot behind Poteet. Now, will he win the championship from that position? No. He'll have to go down victory lane and hope Poteet finishes, I believe, 5th or worse, and that will give him enough points to swing from 3rd to win the championship. But that will be an interesting event if we could see it happen. Right now, the gap between Snyder and Poteet is about 2 seconds. 1.8 as we cross the line. The gap to Poteet and the leader is closing by the second, and Poteet is going to do battle with the 51 of Rodriguez, or does he push him? Let's see what happens here. Does Poteet go for the pass? No, he'll stay right behind him as of yet. He'll start using that second up seam. And I can't believe Rodriguez hasn't pitted yet. He's on lap 44 and has not come down pit road. But I'll tell you what, though. That gap for 3rd is closing by about 0.2 a lap, and here comes Poteet for the race lead. Poteet will pass Rodriguez for the race lead. There you can see the back of your screen. That's Tyler J. Snyder pulling away from his help. But the crucial part is he still does have help. And now that gap is down to 1.2 seconds to Poteet. So far, completely green in the Truck Series finale here from the Irish Hills of Michigan. Poteet leads are Matthew Rodriguez, Tyler J. Snyder, Ryan Hines, and Dylan Wedgwood. And Snyder going to be the one to fight for the championship along with the 31. And the man who sits second in points is currently sitting second to last. Austin Bloom, who has serviced his car, came down pit road, ran into a pit road speeding violation, and had to come back down pit road. And as we focus on the man in 3rd, here comes Tyler J. Snyder. Now that gap down to about 0.6 of a second in closing. So now Snyder has opened himself up to the wisps of draft of not only the 31, but the 51 as well. These two battling out in front teammates, going to help each other. And right now, that gap is closing rapidly down to 0.2 of a second. Snyder is fast. That extra time that he had on his tires is going to pay dividends here in the last segment of the race. Here comes Snyder down to the inside. He might as well pass them both. He very well may pass them both. Snyder now vying for the race lead. Here comes to the inside. Snyder had clawed a gap, almost insurmountable when it seemed by the end of the pit stop, and he is going to waltz past the 31, and he may pull away. Snyder is going to take the lead here in Michigan over Poteet by about 1/10 of a second. Ladies and gentlemen, for the final time this season, turn up the volume on your speakers, headphones, earbuds, TV, or monitor, as we're going to go to an FTN Crank It Up with 22 laps to go here from Michigan. The TrackCams22.com. Crank It Up. Track Cams for Gormits, the only cameras that you need for iRacing broadcasting. "54 laps complete here in Michigan, and now as things start to wind down in the championship finale, things are starting to change. Poteet now going to slide up back to second after Hines made contact with the wall, and here comes Dylan Wedgwood in the mix as well. He has caught up in this group, and I think Poteet knows what has to happen. He wants to go for the race win, and he wants to go for the race lead right now. He'll sight to the outside, but with that tire advantage that the 87 has, that won't be a possibility. Down to the inside goes Poteet with help for the 51. That'll be a battle for the race lead as they'll be side by side. Poteet now going to assume the lead over Tyler J. Snyder. Snyder had led him a good majority after pit stops. And right now, this is going to heat up at the end of this race. No caution yet. This race has been completely green as of thus far. And Poteet is going to do battle here with Snyder. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but unless Poteet wrecks, Snyder wants to go for the race win all he wants, but that won't change the points deficit that he has to the race lead. And unfortunately, even with all the battling that he's doing and all that it's coming out to be, I don't think Snyder has a chance unless we have a monumental change-up in how this race is going. Lap 57 out of 70, and we're winding down to just 10 laps to go here from the Irish Hills of Michigan for what is the Highline Culture Designs Truck Series season finale. I've got points, positions, and points updates for the championship. Dylan Poteet leads this race and leads the points over Austin Bloom, who has moved up a spot. He's now 11th, but he is only 3 points behind Poteet. But unfortunately, with him being 11th, unless a caution happens, he is out of the running for the championship. And Tyler J. Snyder, who is still in the running, unfortunately also needs Poteet to wreck and him to win. And I believe if I'm doing the math right, Poteet needs to finish 5th or worse. Which, unfortunately, this pack is the top 5. So he would need Poteet to fall out of this pack and for him to win to have any chance at winning the championship. Poteet going to be side by side with Snyder as they're going to come out of turn number 2. And things are heating up really between the battle between these two. And I really thought that tire advantage that Snyder had was going to be the end of it. You know, he had been gapping Poteet by about half a tenth a lap or so. And he had that momentum and he winded him up and caught him from 7 tenths back. And now, here he is fighting for the lead. And he'll go down and he'll block. An aggressive block coming with just 10 laps to go here in Michigan. Trying to get all the help that he can. Tyler J. Snyder is fighting for the race lead, and he might just clear Poteet here. No, he will not. And he'll need some help here from Wedgwood if he wants to clear the 31 again. And frankly, it gets slides and loose and blocks all the way down to the apron almost. Goes Snyder for the pass for the lead. And what an incredible pass it was. As now he's going to be vying with just single-digit laps remaining. It's going to be a close fight between the 31 and the 87 for the lead. Snyder been using that inside lane this whole time, and it's been to his advantage. And he's been able to try and keep Poteet at bay, but not for long, as he's going to come back around that outside lane. And Poteet is going to try and have a resurgence for the lead. And Poteet has been nearly an indomitable spirit so far here at this top half of the field. And it truly has been one for the books. This race has gone completely green, and we might have a Highline Culture Designs Truck Series race, another one on this season, go completely green. And what a storybook ending it would be to this championship for it to go green in its final race at one of the biggest tracks that it goes to this season. Still fighting for the race lead. It's Snyder and Poteet with help from Wedgwood on the top. Help from his teammate there. Poteet has the help of Matthew Rodriguez just behind the 31. Now blocks all the way up to the wall. And Snyder has been trying to hold on as best he can, but this battle between these two is far from over. Poteet has been leading a majority of this race so far, and now Snyder has led some in the middle. He's going to wiggle and get split 3 middle, and this might just be the end of the battle. Poteet has to block. Still, 3 middle is Snyder. He's going to be 3 middle with the 51 of Rodriguez and the 14 of Wedgwood. Snyder now drops behind the 14. Poteet goes to block. I'm surprised that these two are still battling as hard as they can. And now back to the inside goes the 87. He'll drop back to the bottom side lane. They're going to be 3 wide, almost make contact with the 14 of Dylan Wedgwood. Just barely stay away from each other. But this is detrimental to the 87. He has no help behind him, and he is falling back. Wedgwood going to get into the wall. This will make Snyder third. He will slide up and slot in right in front of the 14 behind the 51. But the 51 is helping his teammate and Dylan Poteet try and pull away. But with some of the late race moves and lunges we've seen from Snyder, I don't know if that's possible now. For the race lead goes the 51. He'll slot right back in behind. And he's playing blocker for his teammate, blocking the 87. Snyder going to get up into the wall, trying to find a lane. He'll slide and dive down to the inside lane. Rodriguez going to slide up, and he will be up top now, fighting for the race lead again. It's the 87 and the 31. The 87 will clear the 51 and slide up to the top. Now it's Poteet versus Snyder. Who will win this race? These two battling hard out here at the front of this field. Poteet leading over Snyder. Then in comes Wedgwood along with Rodriguez. There in the back in 5th, Ryan Hines. If all 4 of these guys wreck, he can go for the 3rd win on the season for the number 25. These top 2 battling not only for the championship, but for the race lead. It would be such an honor if Poteet could win the championship and this race for Taylor. Snyder now goes down to block. And the laps are coming to a close. Just a few laps left remaining here in Michigan. And what a truly honorable experience it could be if Poteet could win the race and the championship for Taylor, the car and the truck that he's representing in loving memory of. It would be a momentous occasion if Poteet could come home with a championship and win this race. Snyder doesn't want that to happen. He wants to block over Poteet. And this is going to build up to an exciting finish for the conclusion of the Truck Series. Now, coming to the line, 2 laps to go here from Michigan. Snyder goes up to block, goes with help from Wedgwood down below. Has the possibility. Yes, he slides down low. Tyler J. Snyder is nearly just 2 miles away from a race win in the finale of the season and the finale of the Highline Culture Designs Truck Series through 3 and 4. Poteet slides. He's going to have trouble keeping on and holding on to 3rd as Tyler J. Snyder will take the white flag. Final lap, this race will go green. Down to the inside goes Wedgwood. Can he hold on and can he make the move? Snyder wants to hold on. Fighting for down the backstretch for the final time. Going to be fighting for that race win and for the race lead. Going through 3 and 4 for the final time. Here comes Poteet to slide it down to the bottom. Does he have any momentum? Wedgwood gonna slide it up the track. Wedgwood gets loose. They're gonna slide. They're gonna tussle. They're gonna end up down pit road. And Wedgwood is gonna win from Michigan as Snyder is gonna be the highest finishing championship driver. But in the end, I believe it's going to be Poteet who wins the championship. So Dylan Poteet, in a phenomenal flag-to-flag race, couldn't come up with the win in the race, but comes home with a top 5. And if my math is correct, he is the champion. And Dylan Wedgwood will win in the finale of the Culture Designs Truck Series. They're both going to go to the front stretch, and we might see a dual burnout. What an incredible race it was. Wedgwood going to burn it down. And alongside is Poteet. As Poteet in the pose, and they're going to touch noses. What a phenomenal way to end out a legacy of what has been a part of Highline for an enormous amount of time. And it's sad to see it go, but I'm glad I could have been here to see out the finale, not only of the season, but the conclusion of the Truck Series. And I think a completely green race all the way to the end, with Poteet winning the championship and Wedgwood coming out with the race win. I don't think it could be more special than that. Let's take a look at the final results here on your screen share shortly. Dylan Wedgwood is going to burn it down here for the Irish Hills of Michigan. He will be our race winner over Matthew Rodriguez, Ryan Hines, Tyler J. Snyder, Dylan Poteet, who wins the championship in 5th over Terry Brooks, Derek Fowler, Ryan Potter, Matt Murr, and Austin Bloom in 10th. Oh, so close to the victory. Then it's Dalton Beer, Cody Buzzard, Dylan J. Body, and Jacob Halm. All of these guys finished multiple laps down. And J.R. Houston and Adam Bozzi overseeing the league in its finale. And truly, what a time it has been in this league. And with that being said, we're going to get a word with not only your race winner, let's get a word with your champion. Adam Bozzi, you join me here in the booth with our championship winner, Dylan Poteet. Got any special words?
Yeah, just want to say congrats, Dylan, number one, on your championship quest this year. Had a really good season. 1 win, 9 top 5s, 11 top 10s in the race season. It really shows just how consistent you were. And in this 3rd and final season of the Truck Series, we're very happy to call you a champion of it and think that there's no better person to leave it in the hands of moving forward. So congratulations once again, and hopefully enjoy it here before we go back racing on Thursday night.
I appreciate it, Adam. I just want to say first, thanks for putting this together. I mean, I knew it was a lot of work and everything to keep this going. I know it was extremely stressful, and you basically carrying the load and everything for this series. And so I thank you first, and I appreciate everything. And we basically started this together, so to kind of get this moment with you is really awesome, and appreciate it. And I always appreciate racing with you, and really cool to finally get one of these. And I think the last 2 seasons I've been in the contention for the championship, and you kind of said the reason I think I won it this season was consistency, which is what I wasn't the last 2 seasons. I would have a couple of bad weeks in a row, and it really just derailed my season. But outside of Daytona and then the mishap at Phoenix, it was I couldn't really ask for anything better. I had a couple of close calls the last 2 races here on the last lap, having to save it. So that pit road wall was calling my name there off 4, but just really happy to finally win this is my first iRacing championship period, so I'm really going to cherish this one forever, and really happy to win the championship while also sporting the colors on this truck for one of my friends I lost a couple years ago. And I was really hoping I could have won in one of these 2 races, but I was just sitting there wanting to just not wreck, and we almost did. But it's really happy for Dylan to get another win this season, and kind of double down for Team Trap House with the victory for him and getting the championship for me. So couldn't ask for anything better. It was fun and awesome racing with all the guys in the points with Austin and Tyler there. I hate it for Austin. He got a penalty. I really wanted to race straight up with him and Tyler, but Tyler definitely brought it tonight, and we almost didn't make it to the finish line, like I said earlier. But I just want to thank everybody again. Thank you guys also from the broadcast team for what you guys do each and every week. And I didn't choke this one, so
You
I had to
didn't.
put it in there.
You
I think I held that personal after Phoenix, which I mean is what it is, but I just wanted to just kind of throw that out there just to kind of get that out of the air. So
I didn't mean to say it like that. I think my words came off, not as bad. But hey, you proved me and everyone else wrong, and you came home with a championship. Look at that.
it's crazy. I don't know what to say. I guess I get one of the ribbons on the Discord, so I always have that, I guess. I'm hoping this is not the end of the Truck Series. I'm hoping someday maybe we'll get this back going, but if it is, it was a run of 3 seasons that I will never forget. I think I actually ran all the races, and guess that's a ribbon for perfect attendance, but it was just fun to get here. I think I won 4 races, so it was awesome time. I love the trucks. These things were sliding tonight, and it was just it was a crazy race. We had to watch out for fuel as well there at the end. I only had a couple laps, so we had everything going crazy. Right rears were getting hot, and fuel was a question mark, and we were racing like it was the last lap that lasted about 30. So it was wild. It just I don't know what to say. It's crazy.
Well, I just want to say first and foremost, congratulations on coming home with the championship. I know it's very special here within the finale of not only this season, but future seasons of the Truck Series. My time here broadcasting has been absolutely phenomenal throughout the beginning of the season all the way up till now. And I'm glad that I could have been here for the footnote of what has been a phenomenal season, especially for you coming home with the championship.
I appreciate it, guys. I just want to say a couple more things, and I'll let you guys get to the winners. I know I've talked a lot, but I just want to thank everybody at Team Trap House. I've probably taken your line here, Alex, but I just want to thank everybody at the team. Dylan Body for actually getting these trucks painted and everything all season, doing his thing, and being an awesome teammate and car owner for the team. Congrats again to Dylan Wedgwood on the win. Awesome teammate this season. Toby Wedgwood was with us most seasons, so thanks for him being around, and it was fun. And thanks to everybody that showed up for the truck race this season. I think every race, like you said, was just straight up phenomenal. We had a lot of crazy racing, and I'm going to miss this. I'm hoping sometime in the future we can maybe bring this back, but I'm definitely going to miss the truck series. It was really fun, and I just thanks to everybody. Again, Adam, thank you for putting this on for everybody here. All the admins, everybody at Highline for doing this, and everybody at FTN for putting the broadcast on each and every week. And just really happy that I didn't throw this one away. I don't know. I've had a lot of ups and downs, and I'm glad at least to finish on a high note and can at least say I'm a Highline champion now. So it sounds really good, and just, I don't know. I'm just super excited.
Waiting for someone to make a cinematic montage of the final season of the Truck Series, but once again, congratulations on winning the championship, and thank you both, you and Bozzy. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, guys.
And that was our championship winner, Dylan Poteet. Now, if we can, I'd like to get an interview with the top 3 in the championship, but unfortunately, it doesn't look like I will be able to, but just for reference, once again, comes home second in the championship, I believe now with that Disruption in points comes up second is Tyler J. Snyder. However, he and Bloom are not in a VC that I can find, so we'll move on to the race winner and our top three. So the first to get a word is Dylan Wedgwood. We'll move him up to the booth, and he will be able to get a word in. Oh, there he is. All right. Ooh. He'll get a word in as actually, no. We'll start off from the bottom end, and we'll go with the man who finished third. Ryan Hines, you join us here in the FTN broadcast booth for the final time this season and for the final time this foreseeable future. Will you come home in third from the Irish Hills of Michigan? Give me your thoughts on the finale this season.
What an intense race there. That was a blast. I tried to race as hard as I could without affecting the championship battle at all, but I think all in all it turned out really well and was a ton of fun.
I think so too. Coming here from the booth, we've had a lot of phenomenal races this season, but none kind of like this. It was pure strategy, purely green, no cautions, a race run out to the line, and I think that was a great way to send off this series.
Without a doubt, man. And I appreciate everything you guys have done on the broadcast this season, and helping us showcase this series and all the fun we have. And I appreciate Adam putting it on to where we had a place to race every week. I know it's a lot of work to make it happen, and he stuck his neck out and gave us a spot to race every week, and I really appreciate him for that.
But overall, I hope to see you back, return to the Premier Series. But I could say it's been a phenomenal season being up here in the booth and watching all of you guys race. And it truly has been one crazy and one heck of a season to have been said. But congratulations once again on coming home third. Is there anything else you'd like to say or anyone else you'd like to thank?
Definitely give a shout out to Dylan on his championship. I know he worked really hard all year to earn that one. We had a lot of good battles, so definitely give him a little shout out there. I tried to give Tyler as many pushes as I could there throughout that race and give him a shot at it too, just for the fun of it. But I thanked Adam already. I thanked you guys. I appreciate everything both of y'all did to make this season happen for us, and we'll move on and hopefully do better in the Premier Series next year.
Well, thank you so much, Ryan, and congratulations on coming home third in the finale, and hope to see you back in the booth in the Premier Series very, very soon. Thank you so much for your time.
Alex.
Well, there is the 25 of Ryan Hines. Now we'll move on to second, Matthew Rodriguez. Matthew Rodriguez, you come home second here from the Highline Culture Designs Truck Series finale, and what a race it was.
Yeah, I don't even know what words I can use to sum up that race. I mean, it wasn't like a Michigan race I'm used to.
I could say that for certain. For that stint where you guys were running the top and Michigan, was not expecting that at all. I was confused.
Yeah, I noticed that it definitely was 100% burning tires more, but no one was going up to the very tippy top lane. And that's where I was finding all the success of getting the run off the corner, where on entry I was losing so much, but on exit I would just get a massive run and I'd be able to put it almost 2-3 wide with these guys, and just no one was migrating up there, so it was nice.
Well, in a final race to send off this season and this series, how did you think everything went?
All in all, I mean, we went caution-free for 70 laps, had it a green flag pit stops, an amazing start, amazing middle, amazing end, and hey, no one's feelings truly got hurt. I can't complain very much.
Well, you come home in second off the back of not only a pretty good season, but an incredible way to finish out this season and this series. Matthew Rodriguez, you come home second. Thank you so much for your time. Anything else you'd like to say or anyone else you'd like to thank?
I mean, I want to give a shout out to Poteet. I mean, I harp on him a lot, of him fumbling championships and him being in the do or die scenarios and not getting it done. But, like, hey, it brings me no greater joy than just see him honestly just take one and just get the chip. That's awesome for him.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Matthew Rodriguez, and hopefully I hope to see you back here in the booth again in the Premier Series very, very soon. Congratulations.
I've wrecked out in like 70% of my races.
Have you really?
Right?
Have you really?
Yeah. It has not been a good season.
Oh, well, I thought you did much better than that. Every time I saw you, I was like, oh, there he is. Okay.
I died in Chicagoland.
Oh, man. I forgot you did that. Oh, man. I swear I pay attention. That looks really bad on me, but I swear I pay attention. But we look at the heat races we had this season. I mean, this season was phenomenal. So I just figured you were in there. But well, hopefully we'll lower that stat maybe down to less than 20 in the Premier Series. What do you say on that?
Looking forward to the caution interview next week. Past that. Have a nice night.
Well, thank you so much, and congratulations on finishing second. Thank you so much for your time. Managed second, Matthew Rodriguez. And let's wind it down with a final interview from the series and from tonight. The winner, Dylan Wedgwood. You come home in victory lane in the finale of not only the season, but of the series. Walk me through how you did it.
Man, I don't know. I don't feel like I really deserved to win that one. I just kind of put myself in the right position at the end there. I think the draft saved me most of the night because I didn't really figure out that I could put that much throttle down until the last 20 laps or so. So, yeah, I don't know.
Well, you come home with the win here in the finale and of both the series and the season. And overall, we had a clean green race, green flag pit stops. I honestly think this race was a great footnote to an incredible season.
Absolutely, man. I hate to see the series go away, but I understand, and it's been a lot of fun racing with all these guys the past 3 seasons. Had a lot of good times, and hopefully we can bring it back someday, but we'll see.
We'll see indeed. Well, you come home with the win here at the end of everything, and congratulations on coming with the final win of the series, and that you could say that you have been the final winner until, if we see it come back again in another form, you were the last person to leave a true footnote as the final winner. Anything else you'd like to say, or anyone else you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Adam and everybody for putting this on. You guys for broadcasting every week. You guys do a great job, and all the guys at Team Trap House, congrats to Dylan on the championship. He definitely deserves it after the season he's had, so I'm glad to see him win one, and really a double win for Team Trap House tonight, so a good night.
A good night indeed, and a good way to end it off. Thank you so much for your time, Dylan, and hope to see you back here in the booth many a times in the Premier Series.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Thank you again, and thank you so much for your time. And that was the winner, Dylan Wedgwood. And it's a little sad, and it's the final time I'll have to do my spiel at the end of the race and at the end here of a season. But it's truly been a phenomenal season here in Highline. We've had so many phenomenal races go down through what has been a truly incredible season, and I'm so glad that I could be up here with this headset on, talking to everyone who watches, and truly it's been an incredible ride and an incredible journey to have been out through here, looking at everyone as their storylines change, and seeing everything happen and go down. And I don't think it could have been finished in a better way to footnote a truly incredible season of Highline Racing League action. Dylan Poteet, your champion, and Dylan Wedgwood, your final series and season winner. Well, for the final time this season and this series, my name has been Alexander Balderas. I've been your producer and commentator here from the Irish Hills of Michigan, and I've been in the booth for the final time this series. If you have any more information, go ahead and talk to David Kreutz, the owner of FTN, and not only lead producer and lead commentator for most of the broadcasts that go down. And speaking of that, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, and anything else for Fireball Talks NASCAR related content, make sure to scan the QR code and join our official Discord for race information and access to interviews and all in-house productions. If you'd like to see yourself join the FTN team, or just learn more about all these leagues that are interconnected, or learn anything more about FTN or FTN related, scan the QR code on your screen right now and join in on the action and join in on the fun. And if you want to see yourself be a part of a finale just like this, or just join the iRacing landscape and learn more about the landscape and the community, join the QR code on your screen right now. Want all the latest information and updates in the iRacing community? Scan the QR code on your screen, brought to you by FTN. And you can join this beautiful and ever-growing community of virtual racers and virtual broadcasters. And what a truly, truly incredible time it's been for me in the booth. I've already had my spiel of both congratulating Poteet on the championship, Wedgwood on the win, and thanking Bozzy for putting this on week in and week out and giving me a chance to not only be in the booth but to share this incredible season's worth of racing with everybody here who has watched on FTN. And I just gotta say, it's been a pleasure. I want to personally thank Adam Bozzy for letting me join up here in the booth and letting me cover this season. And thank you for everyone in the Truck Series who tunes in every week and, watches the races after the fact. And I couldn't be more thankful to have, a better opportunity and a better way to learn more about this ever-growing landscape. And I can't thank everyone enough. So for the final time this series and this season, this has been producer-commentator Alexander Valderas signing off for the final time.